John, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to be with you, Grant.
John, I'm so troubled that China would try to do this, but I've come to the conclusion China, Russia, they're all going to be meddling in our elections. It's our job to make sure they're not successful. I'm most troubled that we're just learning this now, that we were told that it's safe and secure. I remember the cybersecurity infrastructure guy, Krebs, saying, oh, nothing to see here. They made fun of all of us and Donald Trump. Heck, they tried to impeach him.
Yeah, think about what we learned long after Chris Krebs was out of government. We learned that they knew before the election was over in 2020 that Iran had hacked into a state voter database and stolen the identities of many Americans. I think thousands is what the indictment says. And now we know that the FBI had credible evidence or credible intel from a relatively new source who had been corroborable, meaning that some things they were telling them in the last year were checking out, that this plot was underway. And not only did they have the informant telling them that, they had the Customs and Border Protection Agency catching some of the, like 20,000 of these fake driver's licenses. And rather than investigate it to the end, rather to protect the Americans' interest in making sure a foreign power didn't intrude in the American election, they just swept it under the rug and deleted the documents. Not what the word security means in national security, I don't think, for most Americans.
All right, John, I'm so skeptical about anything now that the government tells us. I know that Kash Patel's trying to get to the bottom of all of this. But what are the chances that something was compromised? That maybe the election, that some of these licenses did get through, that they did get mail-in ballots through phony ballots, and the election was rigged? Is there any possibility of that? Are they even looking into it?
The fact that we don't know the answer to that is part of the travesty of what happened in 2020. We should have an absolute answer to that. And because this intel wasn't seen through to the end, because the FBI didn't even open up on the discovery of the 20,000 fake driver's licenses, they just stopped at the interdiction. We don't know the answer now. And here's the thing, if there's going to be any charges in this, the statute of limitations is coming up in August, just 2 months away. So Kash Patel and the Justice Department are going to have to move quickly if they intend to indict anyone for obstruction or for tampering in the election or for identity theft with an intent to tamper in the election. They've got just a few short months to get that done. That's an unfortunate thing as well. The delay game, the deep state and their friends in the media, in big tech, who are the censors, as Mike Benz mentioned, and in the Democratic Party, who often urge on these things, they have succeeded more than those who want accountability have succeeded. I hope we change that balance in the next year. But there's a short window for criminal charges. That's one of the tough things that Kash Patel is going to have to get to. The big evidence everyone wants now, what are the emails around the recall? Who sent the emails? That's going to give us a roadmap to who may have obstructed this investigation.
Yeah. You know, when you look at this and the investigations, the Democrats, the deep state, all of them have done such a great job of running out the clock. Did Kash Patel tell you, or anybody inside the FBI let you know, how is Kash and his team coming upon this information? Is there a friendly inside the FBI that says, oh, hey, by the way, this went down in 2020 now?
Yeah, so what happened was some whistleblowers came to Senator Chuck Grassley, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and I call him the king of the whistleblowers in Capitol Hill. He's been protecting whistleblowers for all 35 years I've been in Washington. And he provided that information to the FBI in May. Kash Patel and his team jumped on it within just a couple of weeks. They found all the documents, and then they transmitted them back last night. That's when we broke the story. But the whistleblower is going to Capitol Hill so that they have protections. In disclosing this, there's fewer protections if you blow the whistle to your boss at the FBI than there is going to Congress. That's a sad thing. But that whistleblower information made its way right back to Kash Patel. He jumped on it right away. And to his credit, he produced the evidence. And now the race is on to figure out who were the people that did the stand down on this. That's going to be the next part of the story.
Well, you say a statute of limitations is in August. That's less than 2 months away now. But God bless these whistleblowers. They've done a great job of exposing what we're up against inside the FBI. I'm sure there's more information to come. I know you guys will be on it. John, thank you for tipping us off to this and the work that you're always doing over at Just the News. We appreciate you.
Yeah, your family. I watch your show every night, so I love it. I love it.
Well, it's the highest compliment I can get. Thank you, John Solomon, of course. And the feeling is mutual. Now, it's an important story. Folks,